Welcome back, awesome Action Toy fans and subscribers. I have Marvel Universe Hand Ninja, brand spanking new, practically mint in box. There are a couple of frays in the corners here. I really don't want to open him, but I'm going to because I really want this figure, and it's be a bit crap of a review if I don't open it, if I'm honest. Okay, so it just says Hand Ninja includes shield file with secret code. On the back it shows the Punisher, Miss Marvel, and Black Costume Spider-Man, and it says, in a world filled with supernaturally powered criminals and thugs, none are more feared than the ninja warriors of the Hand. Every one of them is a supreme fighter devoted utterly to the will of the Hand. When they are given a target, they never stop, never rest, and never surrender until it's tracked down and destroyed. It's a shame. This is like a really nice packaging. You don't get this in like the Marvel Infinite series, which is a shame. This sort of stuff really gets excited for other releases and for the Marvel Universe in general. Okay, as much as it pains me to do so, let me open this up and have a look. He was okay price, not cheap. Bordering expensive, but okay. But let's have a look. Okay, I'm sorry. That's the top secret shield info there, and it's popped out. I could reseal that if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. Okay, so let's get this top secret shield info off first. And have a look at this. See what top secret information is inside. Oh, so there's a nice picture of the ninja there. It says organization, the Hand, type ninja clan, average hair unknown, average height 5'11", average sex is male, average eyes unknown, average weight unknown, powers, possesses various mystical powers, superb ninja skills, expert assassin, unarmed combatants, and weapons master. Oops, sorry, something just fell over. And then enter code at Fury Files, blah blah blah. And then we have be a shield agent, nonsense I'm sure. From Carol Danvers to Tony Stark, subject the Hand. Stark, it is time we did something about the Hand. The supply of ninjas that are able to field appears never ending. Ares keeps reminding me that battling these puny creatures has begun to wear on him and me as well. Give me what intelligence you've gathered. 5 initiative operatives and the command of a mini carrier. I will travel to their central base operations and handle this myself. It is my understanding they worship an entity known as the Beast. Ares wishes to meet this beast in battle and give him a taste of his axe blade. Okay, so Carol Danvers, codename Miss Marvel, blah 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 blah, etc. Okay, so let's get on to the main part of the review. That is just a logo. So he comes with this great big Japanese style halberd, and I can't remember the proper name for it, but that is really quite tall. To give you an idea how tall, here is Infinite Hulk, who's massive and it's taller than him. We have a katana and then a smaller, I want to say blade, but it doesn't look like a blade because there's no curve to it. It just looks like a baton. That's not a really particularly good sculpt. The katana is a lovely sculpt with that sort of curved blade, but this is like, yeah. And this is a great sculpt. And also the colouring here with the handle, then the red on the wrap and the blade. You could paint that, make it look better, but as a standard issue, it's pretty cool. Then we have the figure himself. And I will be looking to get a few more of these, hopefully loose, not boxed, because I won't pay that much money again, in the future. Okay, so let's have a look at the sculpt. Suitably menacing. The face looks cool. Can't see any pupils in the eyes with that hood. All in red looks cool. There is some tones to the red, so there is some shading there. Yeah, that is pretty damn cool. I just worry about this. There is a slit in the side part, so he can get his legs to go through there. He does look rather nice, though I may be painting him in the future. Okay, let's have a look at his articulation. So he gets his standard left and right. He gets a small down and up, very small, and Yeah, barely a side to side. This will impinge on his shoulders, I think. In fact, his shoulders don't even go that high to let it impinge. He gets not even 180. Single elbow joint, but he should get a really nice bend. Judging by this, he gets up to his 90-degree mark. On the hands, they turn, but there is no articulation. Okay, as we can see, he has the trunk twist here. He also has a waist twist. So it's a rocker here. Legs, decent hip joints. He can go quite far out. Forwards and backwards. This is where his sculpt and this little part of his uniform gets in the way. Is okay. Double knee joints, really quite tight. There is no thigh swivel, but that's okay. Ankles, tippy toes. Michael Jackson's not the best Michael Jackson. There is no turn, but he can turn this way. He does look cool, and he's a bit, at this point, quite a bit loose on the trunk out of the box. The waist a little bit too, but that's okay. So let's stand him up. Let's see how he scales next to these weapons. Yeah, that is absolutely huge. Sword is a good length. In fact, I'll compare the sword to another 118 sword in a little while, and this dagger thing, which pretty bad sculpt, is about almost the size of his arm. Okay, let's compare him to another couple of figures. I want to look at, here we go. This is a Ronin, which is also like a sort of ninja style figure from Marvel, and you can see that they are very similar. Same waist section, the legs are the same, hips are the same, arms are the same. Different on the top, different on the head, so they're basically the same figure. So they will scale the same. The height might be a touch more on this because of the hood. Let's put him next to my Hulk I just had, who's going to tower above him because Hulk is huge. And let's look at a Boss Fight Studios. Boss Fight are generally quite tall, and he's about the same size as the Boss Fight, so he's quite a tall figure. Let's see how he holds his weapons. So let's try him with his sword first of all. Now his hands are mirror images, but the finger is connected to the thumb, which I'm not keen on. I would be tempted to cut that open a bit later. But having said that, he holds his sword particularly well. Just slots right in. Hopefully the same for his knife. Yep, very easy. And now for his halberd style weapon, which is a bit thicker. Yeah, he holds that really well as well. The only issue, because this hand is closed, he can't open it to hold like that. But he looks good. Let's compare his sword with the sword that came with Zoe from Zombie Labs. She's got a really nice sword there, covered in blood. His sword is, from handle to tip of blade, maybe about 1 millimeter shorter, 2 millimeters shorter, so it compares very, very well. If we compare his Japanese style halberd to a Chinese one from the water margin figures, sorry, I won't use the halberd, I'll use their sort of strange spear thing. Now the water margin one is slightly bigger, but bear in mind those figures are absolutely huge in comparison. Well, they are huge in comparison. They are big 1/18 scale figures. So if I tool him up, as it were, let's get a bit of a little battle going on here for you guys. Let's give him his sword. Let's give him his halberd. I want me to pose it so well, having just one hand to hold it. Let's give him his halberd here and his knife. Knife or sword? Now we'll go for his knife. His knife here. How easy to pose him. Let's have a look. It'd be quite difficult, I think, with his clothes getting away, making it hard to balance him. Not a great pose, but he can hold some stuff there. Now he wants to fall over. Come on, my man, you can stand. Okay, let's get a guy here from the Water Margin series, which is I think it's J and T or Z and T. We can see that this guy is absolutely huge when he stands up. In fact, I'll just stand next to each other. You can see the size difference. You stand here, and your feet are not letting you stand up very nicely here at the moment, are they? So even though he's got decent articulation, because he hasn't got that swivel in the ankles, it's quite hard to balance him. In fact, I can have Zoe coming in here too with her sword. Let's put it up a little bit. And her baseball bat. Now stand up as well, and then I'm all good. Get a nice freeway battle going on, which just stopped just then because he decided he had too much to drink. Yeah, he's a decent figure. I like him. Let's have a proper look at his size comparison. Let's have a look at him compared to Zoe. Zoe is, again, Zombie Labs, which are generally quite tall because they're like Boss Fight Studios. So she's big for 118, but these guys are huge for 118. If I stand him, take his spear out and stand up straight. I'll take his hat off too to give him a better look of how tall he stands. Okay, so take that out of his hand, take his his knife out as well. You can see that the water margin guy is actually quite a bit taller, and Zoe, I'd imagine, despite being a schoolgirl, is very similar height to him as well. But they do scale quite well together. If it was, for example, a G.I. Joe, some of those can be more accurate to 118, so they will be a little bit smaller perhaps. In fact, if I get my Shipwreck out, who I use all the time for size comparisons, is that Shipwreck is the smallest of the four, sorry. Okay, so this is the Hand Ninja from Marvel Universe. He is a great figure. Is actually quite menacing. Look at the way he's got his sort of shoulders back and his head slanched forward. It makes it look more menacing than perhaps a figure which had his head really high up on its shoulders, which is a nice effect. And the weapons, particularly this, are pretty cool. And the sword is great, and the dagger's a bit meh, but that's okay. I'll take the 2 out of 3 quite happily. Worth picking up. You can find that at a decent price. My one wasn't cheap, bordering expensive, but it was almost mint in packaging. This is Awesome Action Toys signing out, saying please like, share, and subscribe. I'll be back soon with more Awesome Action Toys videos for you. Stay happy and keep collecting. Bye bye.